So good morning, all of you. So in our last lecture, we have solved problems based on the various types of vapor compression refrigeration system. So if you are having any question or any problem or any query related to problems or numericals based on various types of PCRS system, then you can ask. Otherwise, we are going to switch to the next point. Now, last 2 points are remaining from this A part of the chapter number 2. That is nothing but actual vapor compression refrigeration system. And second one is nothing but the effect of suction pressure and discharge pressure on the CO2 of PCRS system. So these 2 points we have to cover. So if you are having any query, any question related to numericals based on various types of PCRS system, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll switch to the next point. So if you are having any query, any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me the question. Or should we proceed to the next point? What should we do? What should we do? Should we proceed to the next point? Please write in the comment box. What should we do? Is it necessary to solve one more problem or should we proceed to the next point? Write in the comment box. Okay. What about remaining student? What should we do? Should we solve one more problem or should we proceed to the next point? Until and unless you are not going to tell me, I am not getting whether you are getting the points or not getting the points. That's why I am asking you the feedback. What should we do? If you are going to tell me that we have to solve the problem, we'll solve one more problem, no problem. But if you have understood, then same type of or same variety of problem will be there. And if you have understood and if you are going to tell that we have to proceed to the next point, we will proceed to the next point. What should we do? What about remaining student? You can write in the comment box. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. Do it fast. लवकर सांगा रे बघून काय करायचं ते. What should we do? Only Prajwal is saying that we have to solve one more problem. What about remaining student? Okay, cooling produced per hour not understood. Okay. What about remaining student? Shall we solve one more problem? At least write in comment box. Or shall we proceed to the next point? If only 2 students is having problem, then I will directly discuss with them and I will let them understand those problems, whatever their problems are there. What about remaining students? Remaining student, please write in the comment box so that I can decide what should I do. Okay, Prajwal and Display. You can contact me. Otherwise, I will contact you after first session and I will discuss with you and I will solve your problem because remaining students are not saying anything. So we'll proceed to the next point and I will solve your problem, Prajwal as well as Pranay. Okay, no problem. So now next point is nothing but the actual vapor compression refrigeration system. Next point is nothing but actual vapor compression refrigeration system. If the screen is visible to everyone, what happened? Okay, where the screen is visible, no problem. So here we have seen the vapor compression refrigeration system, and we are knowing that in vapor compression refrigeration system, the main parts are nothing but first one is compressor, second one is nothing but the condenser, third one is nothing but the expansion device, then next one, first one compressor, second one is condenser, third one is nothing but expansion device, and last one is nothing but the evaporator. So the various processes which are occurring inside the this various devices is nothing but first process which is occurring inside the compressor, that is nothing but the isentropic compression process. Process which is occurring inside the condenser is nothing but the constant pressure heat rejection process. The next process which is occurring inside the expansion wall is nothing but the isenthalpic expansion, and the process which is occurring inside the evaporator is nothing but the constant pressure heat absorption process. So actually this is theoretical process. Actually this is theoretical process. Also we have seen the PV as well as TS diagram. Also we have seen the PV as well as TS diagram related to the vapor compression refrigeration system. But in actual practice, whenever that refrigerant will flow through various devices, that means compressor, condenser, expansion device, and evaporator. So that as it is, that theoretical process will not occur. As it is, that theoretical process will not occur inside that vapor compression refrigeration system. That means that compression will not be isentropic exactly. Why that will not be isentropic exactly? Because isentropic means reversible adiabatic process. Isentropic means reversible adiabatic process. So that reversible adiabatic compression process is not possible. Reversible, exactly. Reversible adiabatic compression process is not possible. There may be small variation. There may be small variation. Why there will be small variation? Because that compressor is consisting of number of moving parts, and as that compressor is consisting of number of moving parts, that's why because of that number of moving parts, that friction factor, or there will be the friction, and because of that friction there will be small amount of heat loss. There will be small amount of heat loss inside that or during that compression process. Hence that compression process will not be the exactly, or that will not be the isentropic compression process. That will not be the isentropic compression process. So there are various points. There are various points on the basis of which that theoretical cycle will deviate from the actual cycle. There are various points on the basis of which that theoretical vapor compression refrigeration system cycle will deviate from the actual vapor compression refrigeration system. So which are those points? So first point is nothing but the compression process which is occurring inside the vapor compression refrigeration system. So we are in theoretical system, we are considering that compression process is isentropic compression. Isentropic compression means reversible adiabatic compression process. But actually, or in practical, whatever that compression process will be there, because of uh, because of having number of moving parts inside the compressor, that compression process will not be the isentropic process. That will be the actual compression process. That will be the actual compression process. So that will be the first deviation point. Second deviation point is nothing but we are assuming that outlet of evaporator. We are assuming that outlet of evaporator as a saturated vapor in standard TCRS system. But actually, by designing any of the vapor compression refrigeration system, that vapor compression refrigeration system is designed in such a way that outlet of evaporator we will always get as a superheated vapor. So in actual vapor compression cycle, outlet of evaporator will be superheated vapor. Then compression process will not be the isentropic or will not be the polytropic. That compression process will be the actual compression process. Then third point will be related to the outlet of condenser. So in standard cycle, by default, we are considering outlet of condenser as a saturated liquid. But while designing the any of the vapor compression refrigeration system, by designing any of the or while designing any of the vapor compression refrigeration system, that vapor compression refrigeration system is designed in such a way that outlet of condenser always will get as a subcooled liquid. Outlet of condenser always will get as a subcooled liquid. And next point is related to the pressure drop. So we are considering that inside the condenser, whatever thermodynamic process is occurring, that thermodynamic process is nothing but constant pressure heat rejection process. Constant pressure heat rejection process. But we are knowing that inside the condenser, because of heat rejection, their vapor refrigerant is getting converted into liquid refrigerant. Vapor refrigerant is getting converted into liquid refrigerant. So while conversion of vapor refrigerant into liquid refrigerant, and as that refrigerant is in moving condition, that's why there will be small amount of pressure drop. Inside the condenser. So that condenser process will not be the exactly constant pressure heat rejection process. Condenser process in actual practice, theoretically we can assume that condenser process is a constant pressure heat rejection, but in actual practice, while heat rejection process, as that vapor refrigerant is getting converted into liquid refrigerant, that's why there will be small amount of pressure drop. That's why in actual practice that process should not be shown as a constant pressure heat rejection process. We have to show that process as a small drop of pressure during that condenser process. In the same way, whatever evaporator process will be there. So we are knowing that inside the evaporator, whatever thermodynamic process is occurring, that thermodynamic process is nothing but constant pressure heat absorption process. And because of that constant pressure heat absorption process, the liquid refrigerant is getting converted into vapor refrigerant. Inside the evaporator. But actually, or in practice, whatever that evaporation process will be there, that will not be exactly constant pressure heat absorption process. There will be again small amount of pressure drop. While occurring that evaporation process. And one more thing here, which we have to consider. Here we have considered that entire compression process as a single stage. But here, actually, whatever process is occurring inside the compressor, that process is nothing but here we will have the inlet wall, here we will have the outlet wall. And we are considering that here at the inlet of compressor, we are having the evaporating pressure. At the outlet of compressor, we are having the condenser pressure or low pressure and high pressure. So here during suction stroke, here inlet wall will get open. During suction stroke, inlet wall will get open and that refrigerant will come inside of the compressor. So here, because of opening and closing of this inlet wall, there will be small amount of pressure drop. Inside the or at the point of inlet wall. At the same time, here after suction stroke, whatever refrigerant is coming inside the compressor cylinder, that will be compressed, and that compressed refrigerant has to pass or has to give to the condenser. So here again there will be the opening and closing of the outlet wall. And because of this opening and closing of this outlet wall, there will be again pressure drop. there will be again pressure drop at the outlet of compressor or at the outlet wall of the compressor. That means here from this point it is clear that whatever pressure is available, whatever pressure is available at the outlet of evaporator, same pressure will not be available, same pressure will not be available during suction stroke. That means here pressure will reduce because of this opening and closing wall. Pressure will reduce from evaporating pressure to suction pressure, evaporating pressure to suction pressure. And here that suction pressure will compress, or that refrigerant having suction pressure will be compressed, and that compressed refrigerant, when we are passing to the condenser, again there will be the small amount of pressure drop because of opening and closing of this outlet wall. So here suction pressure will be compressed up to the delivery pressure, up to the delivery pressure. And here because of opening and closing of this outlet wall, the delivery pressure will get reduced up to the condenser pressure. That means inside the compressor there will be, during suction stroke there will be the suction pressure, during discharge stroke there will be the delivery pressure. One more thing we have to consider, one more point we have to consider. So here whatever refrigerant is coming, whatever refrigerant is coming, which is coming out of the evaporator, that refrigerant will have the low pressure, that refrigerant will have the low pressure. We will consider this refrigerant will have the low pressure. So suppose here I'm having the pressure as a 20 degrees centigrade. I'm assuming that whatever refrigerant is there, suppose that refrigerant is having the pressure as a 20 degrees centigrade, and after compression, that refrigerant will be, because of compression process, pressure as well as temperature of that refrigerant will go on increasing. So after compression, suppose that refrigerant is having the temperature as a 80 degrees centigrade, refrigerant is having the temperature as a 80 degrees centigrade. So during suction stroke and during discharge stroke, whatever refrigerant is there, that refrigerant will be coming in contact with this, compressor cylinder, this compressor cylinder. So here, as the refrigerant which is coming inside the compressor cylinder is having the pressure, temperature as a 20 degrees centigrade during suction stroke, and after discharge or during compression stroke, that temperature of that refrigerant is increasing from 20 degrees centigrade to 80 degrees centigrade. That means whatever cylinder temperature will be there, or surface temperature of that compressor, inner surface temperature of that compressor cylinder will be there, that will be in between 20 degree and 80 degrees centigrade. That will be in between 20 degree and 80 degrees centigrade. Suppose that temperature is near about, suppose 50 degrees centigrade, near about 50 degrees centigrade. Now assume that there is a suction stroke. Assume that there is a suction stroke. So during suction stroke, what will happen? The refrigerant, which is having the pressure as a evaporating pressure and temperature as a low temperature, suppose assume as a 20 degrees centigrade. So that will come. So here there will be the opening and closing of this inlet wall. Because of opening and closing of this inlet wall, evaporating pressure will drop from evaporating pressure to suction pressure. Now that 20 degrees centigrade refrigerant is coming inside the compressor during suction stroke. आता 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडचं रेफ्रिजरंट सक्शन स्ट्रोकच्या वेळेस आतमध्ये आलं, त्यावेळेस ते रेफ्रिजरंट कशा कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे? त्या सिलेंडरच्या, कॉम्प्रेसरच्या सिलेंडरच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे. त्यावेळेस त्या कॉम्प्रेसरच्या सिलेंडरचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे? 50 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर आहे, आणि रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे? 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे? बिकॉज ऑफ हायर टेम्परेचर ऑफ दॅट कॉम्प्रेसर सिलेंडर, हियर that refrigerant will get heated by small amount. So there will be heat addition process. There will be heat addition process. म्हणजे काय होणार आहे? हा जो काय रेफ्रिजरंट सिलेंडरचा 50 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर आहे, ते ज्यावेळेस 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड रेफ्रिजरंटच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येईल, त्यावेळेस त्या रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर काय होणार आहे? स्लाइटली इन्क्रीज होणार आहे. म्हणजे 50 डिग्री 20चं काय कन्वर्जन मध्ये होणार आहे? सपोज 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. ओके, आता ते सक्शन स्ट्रोक कंप्लीट झाला. सक्शन स्ट्रोक कंप्लीट झाल्यानंतर हा वॉल काय होणार आहे? क्लोज होणार आहे. आउटलेट वॉल पण काय असणार आहे? क्लोज असणार आहे. नाउ that 35 degree centigrade refrigerant is compressed. 35 degree centigrade refrigerant is compressed, and 35 degree centigrade refrigerant compress केल्यानंतर त्याचं टेम्परेचर कुठपर्यंत वाढणार आहे, सपोज 80 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पर्यंत वाढले. आता काय होतंय, कॉम्प्रेशन स्ट्रोक झाल्यानंतर काय, हे जे काय 80 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडचं रेफ्रिजरंट आहे ते कशाच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आहे, त्या कॉम्प्रेसरच्या सिलेंडरच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आहे. कॉम्प्रेसर सिलेंडरचं मीन टेम्परेचर किती आहे, 50 डिग्री, आणि त्या रेफ्रिजरंटचं आफ्टर कॉम्प्रेशन रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे, 80 डिग्री. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट रिजेक्शन विल टेक प्लेस. म्हणजे तो हायर टेम्परेचरचा रेफ्रिजरंट जो आहे, कॉम्प्रेस रेफ्रिजरंट जो आहे, तो काय करणार आहे, सराउंडिंग जे काय रेफ्रिजरंट सिलेंडर आहे त्याला काय करणार आहे, हीट रिजेक्ट करणार आहे. आणि त्यानंतर परत काय होणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी आउटलेट वॉल ओपन होणार आहे, आणि आउटलेट वॉल ओपन झाल्यामुळे परत काय होणार आहे, डिलिव्हरी प्रेशरचं कन्वर्जन, म्हणजे त्या ठिकाणी अगेन काय होणार आहे, देअर विल बी स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ प्रेशर ड्रॉप, अँड बिकॉज ऑफ स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ प्रेशर ड्रॉप that delivery pressure will get converted into condenser pressure. Are you getting? So by considering these many points, if we draw the PV as well as TS diagram, or only TS diagram will be sufficient. So by considering these many points in the theoretical vapor compression refrigeration system, when we are going to draw the vapor compression refrigeration system, then that vapor compression refrigeration system will be considered as a actual vapor compression refrigeration system. Are you getting? So which deviation we have to consider? Actual vapor compression refrigeration system draw करताना कोणते deviation किंवा कोणते point consider करायचे? First point which we are going to consider is nothing but inlet of compressor or outlet of evaporator will be always considered as a superheated vapor instead of saturated vapor. Second point which we are going to consider, that is nothing but whatever compression process will be there, that will not be the isentropic, that will not be the polytropic, that will be the actual compression process. Then third point which we are going to consider, third point will be outlet of condenser will be considered as a subcooled liquid instead of saturated liquid.
ए माया ते पुढे चालले, पुढे त्यातच बास करायला की जा लवकर मोरा.
सप्पुते, राहुल सप्पुते. Okay. So fourth point which we are going to consider, that is nothing but there will be pressure drop inside the evaporator as well as condenser. That means whatever evaporation process will be there, that will not be the constant pressure heat absorption. Whatever condenser process will be there, that will not be the constant pressure heat rejection. There will be small drop of pressure because of change of heats. And fifth point which we are going to consider, that fifth point will be related to the various conditions of the compressor. That means first point will be there will be the pressure drop from evaporating pressure to suction pressure. There will be pressure drop from delivery pressure to condenser pressure. There will be heat addition during suction stroke. There will be heat rejection during compression stroke. So by considering these many points, if you will draw the PV as well as TS diagram, then that process or that vapor compression refrigeration system will be called as the actual vapor compression refrigeration system. So as we are knowing that the TS diagram for theoretical vapor compression refrigeration system, theoretical vapor compression refrigeration system साठी TS diagram ड्रॉ करताना आपण काय करतो, सुरुवातीला इव्हापोरेटिंग प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ करतो. सपोज दिस इज द इव्हापोरेटिंग प्रेशर लाईन. परत काय करतो, सक्शन प्रेशर डिलिव्हरी प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ करतो, किंवा त्यालाच काय म्हणतो आपण, कंडेन्सर प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ करतो. सपोज दिस इज द कंडेन्सर प्रेशर लाईन, दिस इज द इव्हापोरेटिंग, दिस इज द कंडेन्सर प्रेशर. And after that we are considering point number 1 as a saturated vapor, and by considering point number 1 as a saturated vapor, we are drawing that process. So 1 to 2 process which is occurring inside the compressor, we are considering that as the isentropic compression, but actual process that will not be the isentropic compression. then 2 to 3 process which is occurring inside the condenser, that will be considered as a constant pressure heat rejection. 3 to 4 process which is occurring inside the expansion device, that will be considered as a isenthalpic expansion, and 4 to 1 process which is occurring inside the evaporator, that will be considered as a constant pressure heat absorption. But actually there will be various deviation points, or there will be various deviation as compared to the theoretical vapor compression refrigeration system. So by considering those deviation points, whatever next cycle will be there, that will be called as the actual vapor compression refrigeration system. So how to draw that actual vapor compression refrigeration system? First of all, I will draw that actual vapor compression refrigeration system for your understanding purpose. After that, I will show that system. Suppose first of all, so with the help of TR diagram, it is sufficient to show that actual vapor compression refrigeration system. So TS diagram. So here, first of all, we need to draw saturated vapor line and saturated liquid line. Out of that, suppose this as a saturated liquid line, next one as a saturated vapor line, this as a saturated vapor line. After that, we have to draw constant evaporating pressure line and constant condenser pressure line. Till this line is a straight line. After that, suppose this as a evaporating pressure line, and one more line is there called as a constant condenser pressure line. So this will be called as a constant condenser pressure line. Okay, now we are considering point number one. Point number one at the outlet of evaporator. So here in theoretical cycle, we are considering point number one as a saturated vapor, but in actual case, whatever outlet of evaporator will be there, that outlet of evaporator will be slightly superheated vapor having pressure as the evaporating pressure. Slightly superheated vapor having pressure as the evaporated pressure. That means whatever my point number one will be there, that point number one will be in the superheated range or superheated region. Now when that evaporating pressure will come inside the compressor during suction stroke, so there will be opening and closing of the suction wall, and because of this opening and closing of suction wall, here pressure will drop from evaporating pressure to suction pressure. म्हणजे actual suction जे होणार आहे ते कोणत्या प्रेशरला होणार आहे? सक्शन प्रेशरला होणार आहे, and that value of suction pressure will be slightly less than evaporating pressure. Value of suction pressure will be slightly less than evaporating pressure. That means I need to draw one more pressure line, and that one more pressure line will be called as a suction pressure line. म्हणजे त्या ठिकाणी evaporating pressure पेक्षा slightly कमी कोणतं प्रेशर असणार आहे? सक्शन प्रेशर असणार आहे. So here suppose this as a suction pressure line. Because this has a suction pressure. Okay. Now here there will be pressure drop. There will be pressure drop from evaporating pressure to suction pressure. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी प्रेशर ड्रॉप कशामुळे होणार आहे? ओपनिंग ह्या ठिकाणी सुरुवातीला काय होणार आहे? हा इनलेट वॉल जो असणार आहे तो क्लोज असणार आहे, आणि तो इनलेट वॉल ओपन झाल्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी सक्शन प्रेशर ड्रॉप होतोय. पण ह्या ठिकाणी फ्रिक्शन ऑकर होणार आहे. ज्यावेळेस ते रेफ्रिजरंट आतमध्ये येईल त्यावेळेस काय होणार आहे? फ्रिक्शन होणार आहे, आणि फ्रिक्शनमुळे स्लाइटली काय होणार आहे? एन्ट्रॉपी इन्क्रीज होणार आहे. फ्रिक्शनमुळे स्लाइटली एन्ट्रॉपी इन्क्रीज होणार आहे. म्हणजे ती जी काय प्रोसेस असणार आहे 1 to 2, त्या ठिकाणी होणार ओपनिंग मध्ये. त्यानंतर काय होणार आहे, ह्या रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, कमी असणार आहे. इनलेट रेफ्रिजरंटचं किंवा आउटलेट ऑफ इव्हॅपोरेटर रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, कमी असणार आहे. आता ते 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडचं रेफ्रिजरंट ज्यावेळेस सक्शन स्ट्रोकच्या वेळेस आतमध्ये येईल त्यावेळेस ते रेफ्रिजरंट कशा कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे, ह्या सरफेसच्या कॉम्प्रेसरच्या सरफेसच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे. आणि कॉम्प्रेसरच्या सरफेसचं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, जास्त असणार आहे ऍज कम्पेअर टू इनलेट टेम्परेचर सपोज 50 डिग्री. त्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, ऍट सक्शन प्रेशर सेम सक्शन प्रेशरला काय होणार आहे, स्लाइट अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट ऍडिशन होईल. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, हीट ऍडिशन होणार आहे. सपोज 2 to 3 या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, हीट ऍडिशन होणार आहे. त्यानंतर हीट ऍडिशन झाल्यानंतर परत काय झालं, हा सक्शन स्ट्रोक कम्प्लीट झाला. सक्शन स्ट्रोक कम्प्लीट झाल्यानंतर काय होणार आहे, हा वॉल क्लोज होणार आहे. हा पण वॉल काय असणार आहे, क्लोज असणार आहे. आणि त्यानंतर परत कोणती प्रोसेस चालू होणार आहे, कॉम्प्रेशनची प्रोसेस चालू होणार आहे. नाउ दॅट कॉम्प्रेशन प्रोसेस विल नायदर बी isentropic nor be polytropic. That means that process will be the actual compression process. So we have to draw the actual compression process. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी प्रेशर कुठपर्यंत वाढणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी जर मी कंडेन्सर प्रेशर आउटलेटला म्हणत असेल तर ह्या ठिकाणी जे काय प्रेशर वाढणार आहे ते कुठपर्यंत वाढणार आहे, डिलिव्हरी प्रेशर पर्यंत वाढणार आहे. का डिलिव्हरी प्रेशर, का कंडेन्सर प्रेशर एवढं नाही, कारण की ह्या ठिकाणी आता काय होणार आहे, हा जो काय आउटलेट वॉल आहे, हा आउटलेट वॉल काय होणार आहे, ओपन होणार आहे. ज्यावेळेस हा आउटलेट वॉल ओपन होणार आहे त्यावेळेस काय होणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी फ्रिक्शनमुळे प्रेशर ड्रॉप होणार आहे. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी काय असणार आहे, डिलिव्हरी प्रेशरची जी व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे ती तुमच्या कंडेन्सर प्रेशरपेक्षा काय असणार आहे, जास्त असणार आहे. दॅट मीन्स वन मोर प्रेशर लाईन विल बी देअर, one more pressure line will be there that will be called as a delivery pressure line, and value of delivery pressure line will be higher as compared to your condenser pressure. So this will be delivery pressure line. So here whatever actual compression process will occur, that actual compression process will occur up to the delivery pressure, up to the delivery pressure, suppose 3 to 4. आता ह्या ठिकाणी कम्प्लीट कॉम्प्रेशन झालं, कॉम्प्रेशन झाल्यानंतर ह्या ठिकाणी काय होत असतं, त्या रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर वाढत असतं. सपोज 80 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पर्यंत त्या रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर वाढलं. पण त्या केसमध्ये सराउंडिंग जे काय कॉम्प्रेसरचं सिलेंडर आहे त्याचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे, 50 डिग्री, आणि कॉम्प्रेसर रेफ्रिजरंटचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे, 80 डिग्री. त्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट लॉस होणार आहे. स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट लॉस विल टेक प्लेस. सो दॅट विल बी शोन एज अ 4 to 5. त्यानंतर ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, हा जो काय आउटलेट वॉल आहे हा आउटलेट वॉल काय होणार आहे, ओपन होणार आहे. आणि आउटलेट वॉल ओपन झाल्यामुळे काय होणार आहे, डिलिव्हरी प्रेशरचं कन्वर्जन कशामध्ये होणार आहे, कंडेन्सर प्रेशर मध्ये होणार आहे. सो डिलिव्हरी प्रेशर विल गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू कंडेन्सर प्रेशर. त्या ठिकाणी फ्रिक्शन होत असल्यामुळे स्लाइटली काय होणार आहे, एन्ट्रॉपी जी आहे ती स्लाइटली इन्क्रीज होणार आहे. आणि त्यानंतर जे काय रेफ्रिजरंट आहे ते आउटलेट ऑफ द compressor येणार. So here whatever this 1 2 3 4 5 6 process is there, that entire 1 2 3 4 5 6 process is called as a compression process which is occurring inside the compressor. That process will be called as a compression process which is occurring inside the compressor. Have you understood? Now whatever next process will be there, that next process will occur inside the condenser. आता ह्या ठिकाणचं जे काय रेफ्रिजरंट असणार आहे त्याचं प्रेशर काय, कंडेन्सर प्रेशर अँड टेम्परेचर 80 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. सो दॅट रेफ्रिजरंट विल बी पास थ्रू दिस condenser pressure condenser coil. So here constant pressure heat rejection process will takes place in theoretical cycle, but actually whatever this heat rejection process will be there, so as here paper is getting converted into liquid, that's why there will be small amount of pressure drop. So whatever this heat rejection process will be there, during this heat rejection process, that heat rejection process will not exactly follow, that heat rejection process will not exactly follow the constant condenser pressure line. There will be small amount of pressure drop. And here in theoretical cycle we are considering outlet of condenser as a saturated liquid, but actually whatever outlet of condenser will be there, that will be the subcooled liquid. So here actually that process will be likewise. So this process will be called as a 6 7 6, 7, then here 8. This will be point number 9. Okay. Now, after this, whatever refrigerant will be there, that will be supplied to the receiver. After receiver, that will be supplied to the expansion device. Inside the expansion device, whatever process will occur, inside the expansion device, whatever process will occur, that process will be isenthalpic expansion process. So actually that isenthalpic expansion process will be likewise 9 to 10. So this will be my point number 10. Then outlet of expansion device will be supplied to the evaporator, where inside the evaporator constant pressure heat absorption process will take place. Constant pressure heat absorption process will take place, and because of this constant pressure heat absorption process, here liquid refrigerant will get converted into vapor refrigerant. So whatever that process will be there, actually that process will not be the constant pressure, exactly constant pressure. There will be small amount of drop of pressure. There will be small amount of drop of pressure, and that process will be shown likewise. So there will be actually small amount of increasing pressure, not drop of pressure. There will be small amount of increasing pressure. That means your point number 1 will not be exactly on the evaporating pressure line. That will be slightly above the evaporating pressure line. So this entire process will be called as a TS diagram for the actual vapor compression refrigeration system. Have you understood how to draw the TS diagram? Yes or no? Have you understood? Is there any question? Is there any question? Have you understood? Write in the comment box. If you are not going to give the reply in the comment box, then I will not get anything, whether you are getting the points or you are not getting the point. So whenever I am asking for the feedback, you have to give the reply in the chat box. If you haven't understood, write directly not understood likewise. And whatever your questions are there, you can ask me anytime. I am here to resolve your question only. But if you are not going to ask anything, that means if you are not going to tell whether you understood or not understood, then how I am going to how I come to know that whether you understood or not understood. So this is the TS diagram, and for the same, if I want to draw the pH diagram, statically TS diagram मध्ये मी पॉइंट नंबर 1 जो आहे तो शिकून घेतलेला आहे. ऍक्च्युअली पॉइंट नंबर 1 हा, पॉइंट नंबर 2 हा जो आहे तो पॉइंट नंबर 3, हा जो आहे तो पॉइंट नंबर 4, दिस इज द पॉइंट नंबर 5, दिस इज द पॉइंट नंबर 6, point number 7, point number 8, actually point number 9 will be here. The line वरती असणार नाही. Point number 9, this will be point number 9. This process will be likewise. This will be point number 10. This will be 11 point. This will be again point number 1. And here, while drawing that process, you have to draw that process in such a way that there is small decreasing pressure. हे जे काही कंडेन्सर प्रेशर आहे आणि हे जे काही इव्हापोरेटिंग प्रेशर आहे, एक्झॅक्टली त्या कंडेन्सर प्रेशर लाईन वरती आणि एक्झॅक्टली दॅट इव्हापोरेटिंग प्रेशर लाईन वरती ड्रॉ करू नका. स्लाइट चेंज दाखवा.